think Rahul Dravid is going to be now steady as a coach, but we may have two or three different captains who will be experimented across format? You think VVS Lakshman will perhaps take shoulder some of the burden with Rahul Dravid? Do we Are we looking at multiple coaches, multiple formats, multiple captains, multiple formats? What is your sense that you're getting going forward?
So my sense is we possibly two captains.
Hmm.
And especially because Rohit's fitness, is intermittently he's been missing a tournament or a match or something, and he would also want to kind of keep
Yeah.
himself, his body going at least for the World Cup next year. T20 is something that looks to me to be the obvious thing that he might want to give up, or
Hmm.
the selector or the administrators might decide, okay, let us relieve him of that burden. And so test matches and the ODI World Cup, I think you got Hardik, who's already captained the team in T20s. He's led his franchise to victory in the IPL. So he's, in a sense, a ready-made captain available. Somebody with strong credentials as a player as well as a leader. So I think that is likely to happen. Whether Rahul, I don't think Rahul Dravid will be changed. Anand, it's been a year, and
Correct.
since he's taken over. So we Asia Cup, we did fare well. We reached the semis of the T20 World Cup. It's not a bad. I mean, we want India to win, and India should win given the talent it's got, and
Hmm.
therefore the disappointment. And we didn't win the Test match in England, and therefore we allowed England to square the series.
Hmm.
These are all setbacks. But I don't think it warrants a change in chief coach, because yes, England have done this successfully. They've got different coaches for the different formats, or at least two limited overs and red ball cricket. But I would think that at least if we have got a chance to make it to the World Test Championship, Rahul Dravid, we should, he is the best man, I think, still for the test format. And then you got
Hmm.
on the heels of the World Test Championship, the ODI World Cup happening in India. So I
Hmm.
would, and a good fair run would be a 2 year run at least for any chief coach. Anything less than
True.
that will be
No,
too ad
see,
hoc.
Dravid seems to have the process because if he can do it with youngsters and he can do it with those who are coming to the fair at that level, at the highest level, there's no reason why his strategy. Sometimes what happens is that the team itself goes through a churn. एक दौर चलता है ना, where no matter what you try, it doesn't work. And then you get successes, it splashes, and days when you're expecting yourself to succeed, things just come undone. It just happens. That's also the beauty of the game, that not everything is under your control. There is always one factor which is X, which is not under your control, or वो किस तरफ गिरता है, you don't know.
Yeah, but
But
purely, so for
no,
instance, injuries, Anand,
correct.
injuries to Bumrah and Ravindra Jadeja, these are big blows in every
Yeah,
format. I
correct.
mean, let's not discount that to give both.
Hmm.
I mean, even for the captain, it's a big blow if you don't have your best fast bowler and your best all rounder at that point in time. Of course, Hardik is a terrific all rounder and perhaps better in the white ball cricket, but Jadeja in red ball cricket or white ball cricket is an asset. So these guys were missing. Uh, but I think the lesson, what I want to say is that yes, these setbacks have happened, but what next? What do you do next? When you're
Hmm.
steering the team or you're steering Indian cricket for the next 12 months and you've got all these challenges coming up, if you wear the same old hat and do it in the same old way, then I'm afraid that you might run into more setbacks. So
Correct.
therefore, it's become incumbent on Dravid and you know Rohit and whoever else will be the captain, even if Hardik is the captain, that कुछ नया करना पड़ेगा, कुछ
Correct.
नई
Well,
सोच लानी पड़ेगी.
correct. Jaydev Unadkat को भी वापस लेके आया, in the sense just to say that they have a huge bucket of pace battery or bowlers who can bowl fast consistently at 135, 140 clicks, and their left arm, right arm combination. See, at least that part of the cupboard is full. And that is something which is very heartening to see, that yes, Bumrah is not there and he's missed to a certain extent, but you still have consistently got three or four pacers who are there to step up and bowl at that pace for you.
पेसर्स भी है, स्पिनर्स भी है. आप देखिए विकेट कीपर बैट्समैन कितने हैं. There's Pant, there's Samson, there's Ishan Kishan. There's no
Hmm.
coming of wicket keeper batsmen. The middle
Hmm.
order is packed. You got Surya Kumar Yadav, who's really pushing for a place in all formats. Uh, there's
Hmm.
Shreyas Iyer and so on. I mean, I would dearly want even Hardik Pandya to be in the Test team. If his body holds up, he would be an asset even in red ball cricket. So I mean, India is flush with talent. अब आप किस तरह किसको यूज कर रहे हो, जैसे आपने शुरू की बात, आज बात की शुरुआत हुई थी कि you pick the players for the different formats, different squads, and then you have a lot of play within the squad itself कि आप किस किस को कैसे
Yeah.
खिलाओगे. The workload management is a big buzz phrase nowadays. But I mean, it's not rocket science. Ultimately, you got players who will tell you how their body is responding. You got, you know, health experts, fitness experts. They're all there. These are calls that have to be taken. Whether you make the prudent call or not is the issue, and you make it at a time, and you make a timely call. अगर आप
Hmm.
बाद में लेंगे call जब player जो है is on the verge of a breakdown, then it's too just it's